going to talk a little bit about scammers today, yeah, because there's so many about, and I think it really affects our day as artists when really all we want to do is create good art and obviously get the money that it's worth. And it's hard enough to do art sales, but you don't want to be like full of scammers. Yeah, there's lots of them about, especially on TikTok. So yeah, I mean, I've done this for many years, so I know a lot about scammers. So I think the first 3 signs I would sort of make you always aware, because there's so many variations of these, is if something is far too good to be true, it usually means it's a scammer. Yeah, so if somebody's offering you crazy money for your art, way above what you've listed it for, that's usually a bad sign. If they're very vague straight from the start, so usually they won't give you specific paintings they want, or they tell you way later. They often want more than one painting, usually they want 4 plus, yeah, I would say. And it comes out much later what they want. You know, somebody that wants to buy your art usually wants to have a conversation about a specific piece or about your process. They don't do this where they sort of suddenly say, oh, I love your art, I want to buy 5 of your paintings. Yeah, if they've never bought from you, that's very unlikely. So I would be very aware of that and probably maybe don't engage with it. Don't waste your time. Okay, so these are your generic signs, I suppose. Or the other one is if they want to pay you with a very odd payment rate, you know. So the 3 I would be careful with is if they're suddenly offering you cash, but they don't even live in your country. How is that going to work? Yeah, it's fraudulent. It's not okay. If they're offering you weird checks in the post, yeah, again, from a different country, it's obviously not going to work. So don't accept things like that. Or if they're worst, trying to set up a new bank account for a payment. So obviously don't do any of that stuff. And the other one that's often not working, although you can obviously pay for art in PayPal, but anybody that wants to pay by PayPal and has had some of those earlier signs that I've mentioned, I would be very suspicious. Invoice them. And if they don't pay you via the invoice and it's not come out of your PayPal account or not come into your PayPal account directly, obviously don't accept any odd emails that say PayPal on them, because they usually spoof emails that person sends you. The most common one with the PayPal scam tends to be that they pretend you don't have a business account on PayPal and that you have to add in £100, or that they've already paid you when they haven't, clearly, because it's not in your account. And you now have to pay them back 100 or 200 quid or something. Complete bollocks, obviously. So don't engage with anything like that. The other common one that I'm sure you've all come across is the NFT scammers. Yeah, again, usually offering you crazy sums of money for paintings. Whilst NFT is a thing and it can work, I would say, but I would just, if you want to do that, open an account on OpenSea and do it yourself. If somebody approaches you on TikTok and wants an NFT from you, I'd say beware. I would just say goodbye. And in fact, I just don't do NFT because it's too high risk for losing money. Okay, it's not worth it. Another one I've come across lately, which I thought was quite an interesting one, is this Sotheby's scam. Oh my God, there's so many people looking for art on Sotheby's these days for auctions. And again, they're sort of NFT style scams, right? So it's just another way of doing an NFT scam using the label of Sotheby's because it's a well recognized auction house. I really doubt Sotheby's would ever get in touch with you via TikTok, of all things, yeah? And certainly not with various people at the same time. So I think that's kind of a current scam on TikTok. So yeah, anything that says Sotheby's, I just usually delete or block just now. Nothing against Sotheby's, the real ones, but you know, they're unlikely to contact you via TikTok, of all things, right? It's a really renowned auction house. They're more into high artist names. So if you've got an amazing name, they might contact you via email perhaps, but they're definitely not going to contact you via your TikTok account. Trust me on that. Okay, so these are a few of the scams. There's loads more out there. So I mean, it's just a summary. So the main signs again: watch if it's vague, watch if they not showing their face as well when you're having a conversation, watch if they basically want to pay like tons of your collection at the same time but they've never shopped from you before. All sort of signs that this is probably going to be